Hello, Professor. My name is Eric Wong, and I'm here posting this video in response to your assignment for going to the 3 Walmart commercials. I find a lot of the readings that I did, particularly in chapter number 13, kind of align with this assignment and find interesting parallels with all 3 commercials, which I'll obviously outline in this video post. So I noticed that all 3 commercials kind of utilize a movie scene or a movie advertisement setting. Particularly in the first commercial, you had an apocalypse setting similar to a movie like Book of Eli, Terminator. Not sure if you've seen those movies, but apocalypse kind of setting, typical scene that attracts, movie audiences, particularly, I guess, individuals that are into conspiracy theories and stuff like that. Second movie or commercial was kind of a classroom setting, but you had a lot of big names in the credits. I believe Seth Rogen was nominated as one of the directors of that movie, so definitely a big attraction and bigger capture for an audience to not deter and look away from the screen. And then you had the last one, which is kind of like an ET setting. You had a child on a scooter, and he's kind of making a video with that baby. Then the alien ship comes in, and then all the smiley faces come out. So, essentially, as opposed to kind of just trying to make a family-oriented commercial, which is obviously, trying to target the kids as the consumer group, they're just using kids in general and using a movie, I guess, setting. I find this stunt in general and the branding of their products has been a trend that's been pretty existent for the last couple months. Particularly in February, I recall watching the Super Bowl, and Budweiser came out with a very memorable commercial where you had an individual, obviously he was an actor, but it was telling the true story of the founder of Budweiser. He was coming from Germany or some other country in Europe. He's going around trying to make ends meet, trying to meet connections and trying to start up his business, and eventually does. It's a great story. At the end, they say, oh, it's Budweiser. It's the story of Budweiser. Very memorable experience, and they had me sold for a while. I find that, as I said, these movie-related commercials or these movie setups are a great way to deter the viewer from looking away or doing something else or being distracted from the screen. I mean, I'll tell you from personal experience, and obviously it's a common theme probably with anybody watching TV, 3 common activities that are done when commercials come on. You're going to the bathroom, you're trying to get a snack, you're using an electronic device such as a cell phone, tablet, iPad, or you're changing the channel trying to find something else to watch. So I think these movie previews are really a great way to capture that attention from an audience to deter them from doing something else. Because commercials, let's face it, are just not what they used to be. There's so many other distractions, so many other electronics, and so many other consumer products in the common household at a convenience that, will be an easy distraction for someone who's just not really interested in like another car commercial per se. So I think I mentioned before, I know one of the questions you had mentioned was how the focus has changed. So particularly with Walmart, I noticed in the past, they always try to make a family environment with the parents and the kids. And I think they're trying to deter and just use kids in general. I'm not really sure if that's in response to the bad publicity they've had lately and a lot of individuals who might be against Walmart because they may be violating labor laws or their products are not 100% green, whatever their case may be. I'll say that, based on my readings in chapter 13, I believe it's just their way or technique of creating that subculture where you're trying to capture that consumer group at a young age. So essentially you're trying to make them returning customers for life. And also, secondly, when you're trying to target that immediate group as a kid or children in general, kids typically when they watch television, and obviously I'm speaking this as being a child once myself, will go tell their parents what they see on TV and say, oh, I saw this great commercial and I want to go there and I want to buy something. And like I said, it's very synonymous when I was a child and toys were out, G.I. Joe was out, Nintendo 64 was out, and I would go screaming to my mom and say, oh my God, I saw this on TV, great product. And my mom has no idea what the quality is, what the payback is on any of these products, but because I'm 8 years old and I'm screaming, she'll say, it's fine, we're going to go to the store, we're going to buy you those toys. So essentially, I think the last question you stated here was, is there an appreciation of social media and electronic communication? I didn't really find any parallels with social media, but I did find with electronic communication where we saw which was prevalent in the first and the last commercial, we had the baby and all the kids are kind of trying to communicate with the baby on the webcam. So I guess that's just kind of its way of trying to push out, electronic communication, possibly sell that product to kids and keep that consumer group going, because electronics are obviously a big industry right now, particularly with millennials and middle-aged adults. So I think I'm running up to my 5-minute limit right now. I'm about 4:40, so I hope you liked the video. If you have any issues or any comments, please feel free to comment and give me some feedback. Love to improve, and I'll be posting in week 2. All right, thanks.